we've got this today. Obviously I've worked on plenty of these bad boys before. This is actually one from not too long ago. In particular, got all this yuckiness on the edge of the screen. Console itself is working. We're just looking at how to fix the layers of this screen. Now, I've got a secondary screen here, so we're hopefully going to pull this apart, look at the layers in here, and hopefully whatever's damaged in this one we can get out of this one. I've also got this one. It looks whole, it looks good. I don't know what's wrong with it, so we might find out what's going on with that one too. Let us rip in. I'm sure I've covered disassembly on these many times before, so we'll probably skip over all of that. Let's get straight to the meat and potatoes. So I've already got the board out. Let's just try and find out what the go is with this screen. Right. It was very liney before. I don't know if you could see that. Doesn't look right. The colours don't look right. That's my testing screen then. We'll get this one out. And then we can start comparing, swapping, fixing, breaking. You never know. And there we have our other one. Now, I don't remember what's wrong with that, so who knows. But essentially, we're going to open this up. We're going to pull apart all the separate layers. We're going to find out what all the layers look like. And we're going to see if one of these layers can fix one of those layers. Sounds simple, right? We have to do all of that without getting dog hair and dust in there.
The reason for trying to revive this screen is because DS Lite screens have absolutely skyrocketed in price over the last few years, and we are doing anything we can to try and keep these costs down because they're almost becoming uneconomical to repair.
So it's got this outer metal shell we need to remove first.
I really should be a bit more gentle in the prying here, but given that this one's already broken, as long as the inside layers survive, I think it'll be alright, and they're not going to get damaged from prying the back here.
Okay, there's a lot of adhesive in the back. Right, note to self, heat the back of that one.
I'm going to give it the snip.
I probably should say, I've never opened a top screen before, only the bottom ones. So there's a lot of adhesive in the back holding those two together, so for the one we're trying to keep intact, we shall be heating the back. This still looks okay though. We can take the next metal plating off. I shouldn't be so rough, but I am. I can't be this rough with the next one. And this is what we want to find. The layers. It's like, what's Madoobie? Shrek. Ogres have layers. So I guess next time, take the front metal piece off first. There are multiple layers in this thing, and we want to make sure we keep them in the right order. So I might lay this one out. I mean, I've got more of them if I need more. They seem to be stuck in. So it's white on the back, reflective on the inside. It's quite cool.
We'll check out what these next layers look like.
Next was the backlights. Then we have frosted colour. Another type of shiny reflective one. And then you're at the actual screen. So obviously the cable on this one's buggered. I'm hoping it comes down to one of those layers, except for the backlight one, because that's obviously not going to do us too good either. You can see through it now. So I guess I'll do that again. Put a little bit of heat on this, I think.
So I applied a little bit of hot air to the back of this one, just briefly. It's coming off way easier, and that's because it doesn't actually have adhesive in it. Typical.
I've got to be careful. This one's still got the backlight. It wraps around to the back for some reason. Get this front faceplate off.
I think you can tell, but I am trying to be much more gentle with this one because I really don't want to break it and have to fess up for a new screen.
Seems to be some copper tape for some reason. Don't ask me what it is. I don't know. Might be a good time to see how screen still works, just in case I was too rough.
Right, that's a good sign. We'll carry on.
So we're going to have to separate this metal plate from the white bit to get those to open up again. Little sections of the white there, which are raised slightly higher than the metal, so you just need to pry them back a little bit. Yes, I do bend them a little bit. I think it'll be alright once it's all back together. Alright. The big reveal. This one looks different internally to the other one.
Didn't even cross my mind that these screens would be different internally from the different manufacturers, so that could ruin my plan here.
This might be that one that has the issue. You can see along the edge. Backlight layer looks fine. Okay, this one has much more layers than that one. The shapes are different.
And they're also slightly stuck in at the bottom.
That one's very gross as well. Problem is, I don't have one the same in the other screen that I pulled apart. This is not going as planned. There is lots of rubbish on the inside of it too. I'll try and separate this bottom bit.
Got to be very careful here that I don't damage any of these layers as I pull them out, or it's all over Red Rover.
You can see it all there. We're going to clean the edges of the inside of this. We're going to hope this works. Save us some money on a screen. Prices of the screens have definitely gone up over the years. It's coming off. At the moment it's just a dry cloth. I'm not using any sort of liquid or anything like that. I don't want to leave any streaks. Maybe I can use a little bit of IPA. That looks a lot better. Potentially just clean this and whack this back in too then. And the other reflective one, and hope that's all of it.
Don't use anything abrasive or harsh. We're trying to fix it, not damage it.
Given these are at different heights, we know which way it should be. The thing with this, you don't want to spray it down too long and you don't want to spray it too close, and you need to make sure you shake it, otherwise you will leave a frosty mess.
We're just going to put it back quite roughly here. The main idea is we want to see if this is actually helping it. There's no point in, putting it all back together properly if this isn't actually making anything better.
Will this make it look better? Will this make it look worse? Let's give it a test and find out.
Okay.
So all the dirt is pretty much gone, but I haven't aligned that layer with the backlights properly by the look of things, because only the bottom of the screen's lighting up well. The rest of it's pretty dull. But knowing that it's pretty good, I'm going to go through these layers again, try and line them all up, get that backlight layer correct. Hopefully it's all good. Now we are just going to take a moment to have a quick word from our sponsor, PCB Way,
Who are currently holding their 6th project design contest. To encourage more people to engage in innovative projects, the competition is already underway and runs well into next year, so there's still plenty of time to get on board, whether it's an electronics project or a mechanical one. And of course, like any good competition, there are awesome prizes up for grabs, so get involved for your chance to win. And don't forget that they also have a shop front so that you can just go purchase your tools, toys and merch. Check out this little preheater mini hot plate. That thing's super adorable and it come in super handy. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can check them out for yourself. Let's get back into it. I have taken the speakers off this screen to make it a bit easier to try and maneuver it. Trying hard here to not put fingerprints all over it because I don't want anything like that to show up in them. I'm also going to make sure I put them in the correct order again so that it does give us the proper result. I'm trying to make sure I get this one snug and in the correct spot because it needs to be up against those backlights or those LEDs so that the backlight can travel through that clear plastic and illuminate the whole screen. So this one, again, pretty important. I don't know, I am pressing it everywhere as you can see, but I'm hoping there's no fingerprints there. Really got to narrow it down, get it in nice, tight, and then finish it off with these really cool reflective layers. I've been having a bit of fun with them this whole time, but it's been responsible fun where I'm not damaging it, because again, do not use anything abrasive or harsh that will damage it, because it will make it look worse. Let's give it a whirl. Okay, yeah.
It looks way better than it did. Some dog hair on there still. Look, I think that's passable now compared to what it was. So I'm gonna wrap this bad boy back up, get it all reassembled.
So here we are, all reassembled again. Let's give it a whirl, make sure nothing's damaged once more. Beautiful. It looks alright. Now I have previously tested all the features of this one with the touchscreen, all the buttons, the game slots, all that jazz. Everything else seemed to be working, so it was just about trying to clean up that screen a bit more. Just the other thing we also learned, not all screens are the same. So things to be cautious of. I wouldn't use anything abrasive or anything like that on them, because if you ruin them, you're up shit creek without a paddle. Screens tend to go yellow quite a bit in their old age. Can you fix the yellowness by swapping these? Potentially. If I find a yellower one, I'm going to try it. Also, hit that subscribe button. It helps a lot. If you want to see how I revived that one initially, I'll put the video on the screen somewhere here about the first lot I got with that one. But as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.